Hey guys, welcome to another top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 movies that need a remake. Yes, this is an interesting list because I'm a person who considers remakes a mixed bag. I mean, most of the time I'm more for original films, like seeing new worlds, new stories, and new characters. And also, if a movie's great and it's a timeless classic, why ever remake it? But sometimes a remake can come along and surprise me and sometimes be just as good as the original, sometimes good in general, and sometimes better than the original. That's very rare, but sometimes it happens. I also feel like there's movies that are out there that had good concepts and premises, but they just weren't executed or structured properly. So yeah, I'm mostly for remaking bad movies or just okay movies and turning them into good movies. Or sometimes a film that's, decent but very dated and remaking it into a more modern film. So here's my top 10 list of movies that should be remade in my opinion. And before top 10 list, I'm going to give a couple of honourable mentions, and those honourable mentions are Cats 2019, Morbius, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Yogi Bear, Strange World, and Supergirl. All films I wouldn't mind if they remade, but almost made my top 10 list. But anyways, number 10 is Kangaroo Jack. Kangaroo Jack sounds like a family film with a talking kangaroo, right? Wrong! The title is misleading. The kangaroo has little screen time and he only really talks in a dream sequence and at the end of the movie. The film focuses way too much on Charlie and Lewis, and the kangaroo is just pushed to the side as a supporting character. However, you could remake this as a computer animated film and actually tell a good story and focus on Kangaroo Jack. Yes, I know they made an animated direct-to-video sequel called Kangaroo Jack Good Day USA, which does give Kangaroo Jack or Jackie Legs more screen time as the main character, but I think they should just remake the film with him as the main character and this time actually make it a family-friendly G or PG-friendly film. Don't include sexual innuendos. Do that and I'd be all for it. Number 9 is Moz Needs Moms. Yes, this film was a massive failure and it's responsible for the end of motion capture animated films. And I can see why itself because the movie is crap. However, you can remake this as a hand-drawn animated film and actually execute the ideas better and with a better story. I've never read or even heard of the book it's based on, but you could remake this and with a better relationship between Milo and his mum and take the time to expand on their relationship before they go to Mars. Also, as a hand-drawn animated film, the message could look so much better with the world they've created in it, and it could have been explained better. So, if any animation studio is up for doing a hand-drawn animated film again, acquire the rights to the book and remake Moz Needs Moms, please do that. Number 8 is Pixels. I actually kind of have a guilty pleasure for this film. Sure, it's not a good movie, but you can remake it and have the film set in Japan, since that's where most arcade games were made there. I mean, video game movies nowadays are working, and this film had a lot of great ideas for a film about video games, kind of like Wreck-It Ralph, but it was not executed properly, I don't think. So just remake Pixels and I will be okay with that. Number 7 is Catwoman. Kind of an odd choice since there are good versions of Catwoman in various Batman films, but a Catwoman film with her as the lead character is a good idea, but that movie with Halle Berry was just Berry, yes, Halle Berry, that film with her in the role was just embarrassing. The action and costume scenes were ridiculous, the directing and writing was awful, but you can remake this with a better story and badass action scenes, so just, if you can, remake Catwoman. Anyways, number 6 is Hop. Just like Pixels, I have a guilty pleasure for Hop. But you can remake this as a fully computer animated film about the true meaning of Easter and the Easter Bunny and the Easter Bunny role instead of just being the Easter Bunny communicating with humans all the time. So, Illumination, if you're watching this video, remake Hop, because there are good ideas in the film that can be done a bit better. So, I'd be all for that. Number 5 is Aragon. I never really, like I said before in my worst movie of the year, I've been a live video. I've never read the book it's based on, but how did this film suck? This is a film that could have been a great film with great fantasy elements, interesting characters, and a cool dragon, but it made the movie forgettable and lame. I don't remember anything about the movie at all, but this can be remade as either another film to launch a film franchise, or even a TV shows, and this time stay more faithful to the books, so make this again and do it properly. Number 4 is going to be a bit of a surprising one, but hear me out. The Black Cauldron. Yes, I know, a lot of people dislike these Disney live-action remakes. I get that. But if they ever remade anything that they can actually improve upon, I will be okay if they remade Strange World, though I don't know if that will happen, and mostly The Black Cauldron. This could be a really good idea. A live-action Black Cauldron film that follows the Chronicles of Pride Jane books a lot more, and could have a similar style to the Harry Potter films, the Chronicles of Narnia films, or even the Lord of the Rings films. Speaking of the latter, you could get someone like Peter Jackson to direct it and go for it. I mean, sure, the animated film The Black Cauldron is kind of underrated, but it could be done a lot better with live action. So, and it could also become a franchise as well. So, I'm all for remaking The Black Cauldron. If you're watching this Disney, please consider this. Number 3, Howard McDuck. Okay, yes, I know he does have a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and his role in that is pretty good. But in the MCU, he could get his very own movie. And I mean, the one that they made in the 80s was pretty dumb and so stupid. I mean, the jokes are not funny, there's duck boobs for some ridiculous reason. But if they remake Howard the Duck as an MCU film, it can work as long as you actually make it watchable. So, remake Howard the Duck, all good for me. Anyway, speaking of number 2, is another superhero comic book movie, and that is Green Lantern. I'm glad Ryan Reynolds is doing better with superhero films now thanks to Deadpool, but Green Lantern on the other hand was not the role for him. I mean, the idea of a Green Lantern movie sounds awesome, but the film wasn't. The CGI looks bad, the villain was stupid, but they can remake this into the upcoming DC universe that James Gunn is coming up with, so here's hoping we get a good Green Lantern movie one day. But it's not the number 1. The number 1 movie that I want remade the most is The Cat in the Hat. Yeah, this is the film I really want a remake of the most. Yes, there's the 70s short TV special, which was great, but you can make a good 90-minute Cat in the Hat movie. But that live action movie we got in 2003 was god-awful. It ruined the elements from the book. So just tell the story as a computer-animated 19-minute film and do it properly. Make sure the character personalities are faithful to the books. Make sure the characters are more faithful to the books. Make sure the film itself is faithful to the book. And just please, give us a good full-length Cat in the Hat movie. I believe it's in the work at Warner Brothers, so if it is, it better be good. So yeah, those are the top 10 movies that need a remake in my opinion, so what are films that you think deserve a good remake? Tell me down in the comments, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.